Welcome again, all you wonderful YouTubers out there. This is Edward coming to you from the throne at the top of the observation deck of the Golden Palace Tower. Yeah, I told a story on one of my other videos why I put the throne up here. I used to work on a facility off the northern shore of Alaska, and I worked at the 109-foot level a lot in the gas section there, and no CR, no restroom, no toilet. So you have to, if you got to go bad, you're holding it and running, slowing down real fast because you have to go, and then you take off real quick. Yeah, it's a high inconvenience, to say the least. So that's why I'll never have to go through that again. Right there. That's my my guarantee right there. So yeah, oh man, look at the view tonight. Absolutely gorgeous. Deep jungle view and sunset. Just crazy beautiful sunset tonight. It's beautiful all day long. Just some small wispy clouds and just beautiful. There's Leonardo down there with Lizelle. Let's see if I can get him to wave. Leonardo! Leonardo, hi! Hi! Hi, buddy! Oh yeah, he sees me. Yeah! He loves coming up here, but he can't come by himself, obviously. He's still too small. And even when I have him up here, I'm watching him like a hawk, and I'm always holding his hand because you just never know little kids, right? My gosh. So there's two big dangers for him, this tower and the pool, both, right? When I used to live in Las Vegas, there'd be dozens of children, not dozens, but at least one every year, 1 to 3 was about the average. Toddlers, you know, that the guardian, the parents, whatever, took their eyes away from them for just a few seconds, right? They're in the pool and they drown. So yeah, it's a nightmare situation if it ever happens. That's why you got to be glued to them. I mean, literally. It's better to tie a rope on them and put it around your waist too with a rope. That's the best way to go. Also, we got almost a full moon tonight on this other direction facing east. Right? Almost a full moon. Yeah, and a couple more nights, that'll be a real awesome sight. It comes up about an hour after sunset. The last full moon of the cycle. Just huge and orange. So beautiful. So yeah, another unbelievable evening here in the Philippines, in the deep jungle of the Philippines. There's really no bugs to speak of, except for once in a while there'll be one of them tiny little bugs that wants to get in your eye. Oh, I hate them so much. But yeah, usually, I mean, I'm amazed. I grew up in northern Minnesota, and there's more bugs and mosquitoes there than anywhere I've ever been in my life, even more than Alaska. And the reasoning is the DNR, Department of Natural Resources, starts spraying, right? Spraying pesticides and insecticides and all that stuff over all the forests there in Minnesota. So they gain immunity after a while and they just thrive like crazy. It's the worst I've ever seen it My brother and I lived in northern Minnesota most of our lives near the Canadian border, like a couple hundred miles away from the Canadian border. And we had to deal with that miserable stuff. And it's not quite yet there, but the hatch is going to be soon. Within a month, it'll be a hatch, and it's so terrible all the way through the summer. It's just like we won't even go there in the summer anymore. That's how bad it is. So yeah, it's sad because if the ecosystem is right, there shouldn't be any bugs hardly. I mean, sure, you'll get a few here and there, but you know, I'm here in the deep jungle, right? Nothing, just a beautiful breeze. You know, I got birds, I got swallows everywhere. I got every kind of bird you can think of, super colorful birds. I've seen some beautiful, colorful birds sitting up here just watching for a while. It's amazing what you can see in the jungle when you don't mess with it. There used to be a lot more monkeys, but the people would catch the monkeys to sell them, right? That happens in so many places. The super poor, oh yeah, I can catch monkeys, I can catch, tigers. They set traps for them, whatever, right? And then they sell them, and that's how things become extinct, and that's how ecosystems start to break down. You start getting rid of the native animals in that area, start messing with them, and sooner or later, then you got massive problems like what's going on in Minnesota right now because they've messed with the ecosystem so badly over the years. It takes a while. So anyway, yeah, absolutely beautiful. I got my stitches out the other day. So I'm ready to go. Maybe tomorrow or the next day, I'm gonna gear up again and go for another prospecting expedition in the land over to the north there, where I was before, right in that area there. You kind of see that lower ridge from the higher one. The next ridge down closer to us right now, that's the 5 hectares that we have there. And then I'll be going up near the top of that, and then checking that stream that goes all the way to the top there, and finding out the source of that stream and blazing a trail with a machete so I can get up there because it's so thick jungle. So yeah, that's the plan next couple days. Just kind of relaxing this evening. Things are going pretty good. Oh, kind of a follow-up too with the Starlink. There's the Starlink antenna I put on top of the house there. And the problem is I have an obstruction, which is the roof of this, this tower is an obstruction for it because this tower is north of the house, and the north is the dish wants to face more north than any other direction, so just bad luck. But I really have to have that dish so it can provide service to my house, inside my house. That was the whole reason I got it, because I have Globe. Real good service with the Globe here with the antenna on top of the tower. So I'm just gonna test it, see how it's gonna work there for a while. It shows an obstruction, and they say you're gonna have intermittent every about 4 minutes. You're gonna have a small interruption. Well, as far as surfing on our phones, there's no problem whatsoever. Almost everywhere in the house, we can surf just fine. And we can play YouTube videos just fine. But Netflix today, we couldn't get it, it wouldn't load up. It said that the signal from the router was too weak. I can buy an additional router, but it's 9,000 pesos. And then I would have to wait for that. But I might end up doing that just so I can boost the signal down to the lower parts of the house. But the upper part of the house, no problem whatsoever. The lower parts, it's no problem with YouTube and surfing. But I can't get Netflix to work on the TV in the lower part of the house. It was working great yesterday when I first installed this dish. But today, for some reason, the signal's way lower. Why, I don't know. Nothing else has changed. So I'm just going to watch it for a week or two. And really my only other option is to move it, to that other side of the roof. But maybe, see, if you can see here, I have an antenna on the top of this coconut tree. See it? And I had that to boost my cell phone signal years ago, and I haven't used it now in several years. But I could adapt another bigger pole from the top of this coconut tree and get it to go above the ferns where that antenna is, but I need a bigger size pole, and I could try to put it there, but it wouldn't be very stable. And a big rainstorm or a typhoon comes and it'd be destroyed. So if I can't absolutely live with the way it is, what I'm going to have to do is move it to the top of the tower here, so I'll have absolutely no obstructions, and then buy longer cable so I can get cable all the way down the tower, and then along the walkway there, and then into the upper part of the house. That's my only other option. Also, I noticed when you do the obstruction app with your Starlink app, most of the signal, like I say, the dish wants to face more to the north from where I am. I'm near the equator, right? And as the web of geosynchronized satellites becomes more abundant to the south in years to come here, then I think the dish will be able to move itself more central, facing straight up off the roof there, or maybe even to the south. Because right now the majority of the Starlink network satellites are to the northern hemisphere, and that's why it has to face north. So maybe within a year or two, that whole obstruction problem is going to go away. I would almost bet on it. So anyways, I'm not going to get too excited about it right now. It's 10 times better than what I had earlier, because I had no signal inside the house. So now I'm super happy the way it is. It's just not perfect. And I know we'd all like things to be perfect in the world, but it's not it's not a doable situation most of the time. So anyways, appreciate you stopping by, chatting a little bit with the beautiful sunset here in a deep jungle. Appreciate your views and your subscriptions. Much appreciated, much obliged. So that's it for tonight. So take care, tubers, and see you in the next episode. So long.